Okay, so antigen antibody reactions. Antigen antibody reactions. Now there are 10 type of antigen antibody reactions. There are 10 types of antigen antibody reaction. We discussed yesterday about the introduction of antigen, how antigen and antibody they get attaches, and what will be the how the boundings occurs with the antigen antibody that we discussed yesterday. And there are antigen determinant site present on the surface of antibody. On that part these antigens get attached, and we also discussed the part of the antibodies, that is there are two arms, there are two pairs of polypeptide chains in that two arms, and there is one more pair is there in the Fc component. Fc component, it get attached on the receptors which are present on the macrophages, okay, or monocytes. So like this the boundings occurs with antigen and antibody to restrict the growth, or to restrict the uh, vigorousness of that particular antigen. So these boundings are occurs to reduce the disease process. Now yesterday I asked you one question. Yes,
ma'am.
what was that question? Yes, half-life, huh?
Half-life of
So
neonates.
what is half-life of any drug or any substance? What is meaning of half-life that I asked you yesterday? Yes.
It is the time period in which the amount or concentration of drug in the body becomes half.
Becomes half. Okay, so half get
Half.
eliminated. Half amount get
Yes.
eliminated up till that particular period. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so that is known as half-life. So half-life of IgG antibodies, we talked that it is about 45 days.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so half amount get eliminated up till that particular period, up to 45 days. Okay, now we will proceed further. So antigen antibody reactions, there are 10 type of antigen antibody reactions. Now first is toxin antitoxin neutralization reaction. Okay, toxin antitoxin neutralization reaction. Now the infections like diphtheria, tetanus or botulism and gas gangrene, it produces diffusible potent exotoxins which are highly antigenic. We discussed that what are the parts of antigen that acts as a, and they are antigenic. So their discharges, their flagellas, their cytoplasm, their covering, cell covering, or any part of this particular antigen, it acts as an it is having antigenic properties. So the exotoxins, that is the secretions or enzymes secreted by that particular bacteria, that is diphtheria, or that is Corynebacterium diphtheria, then gas gangrene, botulism. So for these infections, they produces potent exotoxins which are highly antigenic. Now the toxoids, what are the toxoids? Toxoids are the substances derived from exotoxins. Toxoids are the substances which get derived from the exotoxins. So these toxoids, they are the exotoxins that have lost their toxophore group, that is the toxogenic property, but retain the haptophore group containing the antigenic properties for active immunization. The toxins are absorbed in the cases of infection into circulation, producing various toxic effects. So these toxins, they get absorbed in the case of infection, and they absorbed in the circulation, producing toxic effect in various parts of the body, that we call it as the toxoids. They are nothing but the exotoxins. Now, what is the neutralization? The antitoxin produced from these infections neutralizes these toxins, that is toxin antitoxin neutralization reaction. No, so these toxoids, that is secretions from the bacteria, and the antitoxins produced from our defense mechanism, this there is there what reaction happens there over there, that is neutralization of toxins. It occurs in the visible manner. The exotoxin produced by Corynebacterium diphtheria is responsible for reasonable level of circulating antibody, conferring immunity and confirming immunity, and forms the basis of Schick test. So what is the Schick test? It is the basis of Schick's test. What is the Schick test? It is the test for previously acquired or previously this acquired immunity, if it is there against diphtheria, using an intradermal injection of diphtherial toxin. So that is Schick test. So it forms the basis of Schick test, that is the neutralization reaction. We discussed about this neutralization and opsonization yesterday while discussing the IgG antibodies. These are the activities of IgG antibodies: neutralization and opsonization. In neutralization reaction, they blocks this antigen, they get blocked by the blocking antibodies. The blocking antibodies, they could not allow the formation of antigen antibody complex reaction. That is, they get attached on the receptors. Okay, so this attachment towards receptor could not happen due to this blocking of antibodies. So similar type of neutralization reaction, that is antitoxin produced by this infection neutralizes the toxic effect, okay, of the exotoxins produced by the Corynebacterium diphtheria. So toxin antitoxin neutralization reaction. Now it is given in this diagrammatic part. Again, see, there is a type of blood donor, A type A blood donor, and whenever this type B antibody in type A blood recipient, type B antibody, if it is present, then what will going to happen? The antigen and antibody do not match, so there will be no agglutination reaction. Okay, there will be no agglutination reaction happens here, and here type A blood donor, if it is there and there is type A antibody, in the type B blood recipient, the antigen and antibody matches and there is agglutination reaction. It is the picture of the next our reaction, that is agglutination reaction. This is agglutination reaction. When the particular antigen is soluble antigen is added to the antibody in the serum, there is visible clumping of bacteria, which is known as agglutination, and the antibody is known as agglutinin. Okay, so it is a particular soluble antigen. It is nothing but a soluble antigen in that reaction. When it is added to the antibody in the serum, there is visible clumping of bacteria. Just we saw in that picture. It is there is formation of agglutination between antigen and antibody. Okay, it is known and the antibody which take part in this particular reaction is known as agglutinin. The antigen particle consists of the whole organism, and the surface antigen is involved in the specific reaction. Now it can happen artificially also. Artificially, the antigen may be absorbed on the tanned red cell, colloidon or polycystine particles for detection of the agglutination antibody. This is nothing but the detection of any artificial way of this particular agglutination reaction. It may fail to react in great excess of antibodies, showing prozone phenomena. What is prozone phenomena? It is a false negative response. Whenever the titer of antibody it rises in the body. So that interferes the complex formation, that is antigen antibody complex formation, which is necessary to visualize a positive test. So in case of positive test, this clumping or this particular antigen antibody reaction, it is necessary, but whenever the antibody titer increases, this clumping will not happen. So it is known as prozone phenomena. Okay, agglutination reaction, when particular antigen, when added, soluble antigen is added to the antibody in the serum, there is visible clumping of bacteria, which is known as agglutination, and the antibody, it is known as agglutinin. Now this agglutination reaction, there is a we just saw that if this clumping could not happen, no agglutination. If this B antibody present on the surface of blood, RBCs on the A recipient, then there will be no clumping. The type A blood donor, the type A antibody should be there, so there is clumping. So agglutination reaction happens over there. Okay, so this is the example of agglutination reaction. Now precipitin, the next reaction is precipitin. The antibody in this case forms a result of injection of soluble antigen and gives rise to cloudiness or precipitation at the interface of antigen and antibody. Example, specific soluble substance of this diphtheria pneumoniae, and it is antiserum. Okay, precipitation reaction. So precipitation, cloudiness happens when this antibody uh, uh, in the case forms as a result of injection of soluble antigen. In that case, there is cloudiness forms or precipitation forms at the surface of antigen and antibody. It is called as precipitin reaction. Now precipitation reaction. Next is precipitation reaction. Now precipitation is the formation of insoluble product when two soluble substance, that is antigen and antibody, in this particular case this antigen and antibody both are soluble. In this case the antibody in the serum, antibody which enters into the serum, it layered on the column of soluble antigen. Precipitation reaction, precipitin is different and precipitation is different. In precipitation, here insoluble product get formed whenever two soluble antigen and antibody unites in the serum. So here what will going to happen? The antigen is soluble in this case, and antibody in the serum get layered on the column of soluble antigen. Okay, so there is formation of insoluble product. There is formation of insoluble product whenever two soluble things get unite, that is antigen and antibodies when they get unite. So precipitation reaction. Now this is the important reaction, that is complement fixation antibodies or complement fixation reaction. Now complement fixing antibody is called amboceptor, as it unites with antigen on one side and complement on other side. So complement, it is also called as amboceptor. It unites with antigen on one side it attaches, and on other side there is complement. Now what is the complement? Complement is a non-specific heat labile protein complex. It is nothing but a protein complex in the serum, and this is cytotoxic to antibody coated cell. Whenever the cell get coated with antibody, it proves cytotoxic to that, or direct lysis can occur by this complement. Whenever get fixed with that antibody coated cell, it proves cytotoxic to the cell, causing direct death of the cell, causing destruction of the cell, causing lysis of the cell. Okay, it is a protein complex. Complement is nothing but a protein complex which is a heat labile. Complement has 9 components which are all globins. These 9 components are all are globin in nature. They are the proteins. Okay. Now this complement system. See in this particular diagram, this 9 C1, C4, C2, C3, C5, C6, C7, C8 and C9. These are all our complements. Okay. These are all. Now first this there is first reaction with the C1 and this will get proceed up to C9. So activation, it is classical pathway. Whenever there is antigen antibody complex forms, that is, see this black dot is antigen and this is antibody. So IgM or IgG class of immunoglobulin here. Now there is cascade augments the activation and effects of each step to achieve a powerful result at step 9. The powerful result, it happens at step 9. So chemotactic activity, there is chemotactic activity and anaphylactoxin activity releases vasoactive agents. That is, there is release of histamine. Okay, then opsonic activity also happens over here. Improved adherence and phagocytic activity. We yesterday talked about this neutralization and opsonization. In opsonization, there is phagocytosis occurs. Whenever this antigen get attached on the antibody, and this antigen antibody complexes, whenever they get attached on this macrophage with the help of receptors, this receptors get attached to the antibody with the Fc component, and this antigen antibody complexes, they get engulfed by that particular macrophage. We call it as opsonization. Okay, so here there is punched out hole in the target cell membrane. Here you can see punched out holes in the holes in the target cell membrane. Here the bactericidal effect happens over here. See, these are the punched out holes on the surface of bacterium, and here the cytotoxic effect, okay, on RBC, escape of hemoglobin. So the activation of C, that is that particular complement system by antigen and antibody complex, is called as fixation of complement. Using red cells as a markers, this fixation can detect the presence of antigen or antibody in the serum. Example, the test serum plus antigen plus C. If serum contains antibody, the C is fixed and therefore or otherwise it remains free. If the serum it does not contain this particular antibody, then this C component it remains free. Okay. So add sensitized RBC, that is coated with whenever this sensitized RBC get added, this RBCs, there is lysis of RBCs, also there is after lysis there is escape of hemoglobin. So complement still free, no antibodies in the original serum. Lysis, if happens, the complement is still free, no antibody in the original serum. No lysis, this complement is fixed by immunoglobulin, that is antibodies in the test serum. See, on this lysis, this test, if it is positive or negative, it is uh, confirmed that if this C remains free, then there is lysis. If there is lysis, then the C remains, that is complement remain free. It not get combined with that particular immunoglobulin. But if there is no lysis, then what will going to happen? The C was fixed by the antibody in the test serum. So it is a complement system. Complement fixation reaction. These complements get fixed by this particular immunoglobulin by antigen antibody complex reaction. Okay. Now activation of alternative pathway by endotoxin and properdine, that is an activator present in the blood and the tissue fluids. Okay, this is the alternative pathway, but now we are talking about this complement system and not this alternative pathway. Okay, See, antigen, this is antigen, serum with this antibody, and this is a complement. It is a protein. It is a heat labile protein. Okay, it fixes on one side and complement on other side. See, here antigen antibody complex reaction form, and this there is complement fixation. Okay, so this is positive result for complement fixation stage. So like this way, this complement fixation reaction happens. It is a fifth type of reaction of antigen and antibodies. So the net result of this complement fixation is lysis of cell. And whenever the opsonization occurs, there is phagocytosis. Okay. See here also. Now here there is comparison is given with IgM molecule and IgG molecules. What happens in the IgM molecule? The C1 binds to single IgM molecule. Here, see, you can see the binding of this particular complement fixation. Okay, C binds to a single IgM molecule, and here IgG molecules. See, here IgG molecules bind to the antigen on bacterial surface. C1q binds to two or more IgG molecules. Here it binds to the single molecule. Two or more IgG molecules. See, complement fixation reaction. Okay, bind of complement protein 1 to IgG or IgM immunoglobulin on bacterial surface. So this is complement fixation reaction, and after this complement fixation reaction, what will going to happen? There is lysis of cell. The cell gets sensitized and there is direct lysis of cell. So that is the end result of any complement fixation reaction. Now the next reaction is blocking antibodies. The next reaction is blocking of antibodies. These antibodies combine with their corresponding antigen in circulating blood without any visible effect of agglutination and prevent the action of some other antibody, although the antigen is sensitized. So here what will going to happen? This antibodies, they combine with their corresponding antigen in circulating blood without showing any visible effect like agglutination, precipitation, like this. Okay, and prevent the action of some other antibody, although the antigen is get sensitized. The antigen is get sensitized, but they prevent the action of some other antibody. The best known antibody in this type is formed in the case of rhesus incompatibility. So in case of rhesus incompatibility, you can see in this test, Coombs test, in this RBCs remain sensitized without agglutination. This RBCs, they are made sensitized, and there will be no action of other antibodies. These antigens, they get sensitized. Here, the antigen containing this RBC, they contain antigen, they get sensitized without any agglutination, which may be demonstrated by the Coombs test. Blocking, they get blocked. These antigens, they get blocked. Okay, so there will be no any visible effect in this particular thing, that like agglutination or cloudiness, that is precipitation, agglutination, or complement fixation or opsonization. All this we could not get visualized. It is not visible in this particular test, that is blocking of antibodies. So here antigen, it get just sensitized. It remains sensitized, and there will be no other progress of that particular antigen. So blocking this reaction, it is known as blocking antibody. These blocking antibodies, they sensitizes that antigen, and there will be no need of other antibodies can take part in this particular reaction. Okay. Now next reaction is bacteriolysine. So here an antibody formed as a result of injection of any toxic antigen causing lysis and disintegration of corresponding bacteria. Okay, so here also there is direct lysis of the cell. Bacteria can occur. This test is known as bacteriolysis. The presence of complement is necessary in this case. When the antigen is an RBC, the corresponding antibody causing lysis is called as hemolysin. The antibody which take part in this reaction, which causes lysis. Again, for this particular attachment antigen antibody complex reaction, here complement is necessary for bacteriolysin. Okay, so bacteriolysin again causes lysis of the cell, lysis of the antigen. Okay. Now next is bacteriocidin. Here antibody that kills the bacteria directly. Here direct attack of this bacteria on antigen, and there is bacteria it get directly kills, known as bacteriocidin. Then next is bacteriotropsin. The next reaction is bacteriotropsin. It is also called as immune opsonin. So it is an antibody which sensitizes the bacteria and makes them susceptible for phagocytosis. So here also there is sensitization occurs towards the bacteria, but after sensitization that doesn't remain silent. There is later on there is phagocytosis. In blocking of antibodies, they remain silent. They get blocked and get sensitized and they remain silent. But here in case of bacteriotropsin, the sensitized antigen or bacteria, they get phagocytosed by that particular macrophage. It is the antibodies. They sensitizes the bacteria and make them susceptible for phagocytosis. Okay. So here we saw this particular reactions. See, from first toxin antitoxin neutralization reaction. Here neutralization, this antitoxin produced by this infection, they neutralizes the toxoids, toxic effect of that particular, that is exotoxins. Toxoids, they are nothing but the exotoxins. Okay, from the toxophore group. The students, again I am going to call this meeting within 5 minutes. Okay, so again you have to join this meeting.